Hello guys, I have some testing branch news for you. Let's start. They added the Mysterious Hermit story trait. The Mysterious Hermit is an ancient relic that can join your colony. On large starting planets, the Hermit can be found in this Gravitas shipping container. Now we have found the Hermit's Gravitas shipping container. If we click on it, we do get a story trait Mysterious Hermit message. After that you need to follow that up with a few different things. First, knock on the door. You will need a dupe for that. At the moment there's no animation for that, but once that has been done, you can click on the building again and you will see 3 different tasks that you have to fulfill to get a Hermit. One of them is turning on the lights for exactly 3000 seconds. Another task is that the nearby decor needs to be higher than 120. And while that is happening, we can also deliver some food to the dupe. What does the dupe eat? Fancy stuff. For now I spawned in a pepper bread, spicy tofu and surf and turf. But for now let's go with the spicy tofu. Automation works for this. There's our Hermit. He seems very happy. The Hermit loved the food. So the Mysterious Hermit home tells us to deliver food to the mailbox, and we need to deliver 3 unique foods with a great quality of +4 or higher. When we finally finished all of the tasks, the building will change its outer appearance. Then we click the message and get George the dupe. George is a very special new addition to the base, but still a duplicate, as you can see by the +1 morale bonus in the condition tab. But at this point in time George is already 2374 cycles old. George is a freaking beast in duplicate standards. Charming as he is, just talking to him may trigger an overjoyed reaction. And besides that, look at the freaking skills. Starting with ancient knowledge, getting 3 skill points in process, and already having 7 or 12 in all of the respective fields. And what I haven't told you yet is that George is a very talented balloon artist, handing out balloons like gummy bears. I do have almost 100 dupes here, and each and every one of those had a balloon at one time. The repurposed Gravitas shipment container can be used as a storage bin after George has moved out. And the toolbox also holds a nice little message for you. The Gravitas shipment container can hold 250 tons of material, as can be seen here by the stored salt. I did this a few times just to be sure. They gave us new bedrooms. All of these are now barracks, giving us +1 morale. If you want to have the next higher bedroom, you can have something like this, the luxury barrack, giving you +2 morale. For that you will need the comfy bed and decor. But we do have an even higher tier. This here are private bedrooms, giving you +3 morale, for which you will need 2 artworks or 2 decor items of any kind and background tiles. Background tiles can be drywall, pixel packs or temp shift plates. After reading the requirements, both the normal cot and the comfy bed should work for this. And even though this says private bedroom and this as well, we can only assign the dupes on the right, not in the cot. They will also not be auto assigned, meaning this does not work properly at the moment, as can be seen here at nighttime. I even spawned in more dupes just to be sure. No one wanted to use the cots. There's a new room type, the laboratory, needing 2 science buildings and a light source. Working in the laboratory gives a +10 bonus for research speed, in addition to the light bonus. There's now also the mission control station building, requiring a laboratory to function. After sending off your rockets into space, you can use the mission control stations to increase the rocket speed by 20%. The mission control station needs a dupe with the astronomer skill. It can be researched with the hydrocarbon propulsion. It would be helpful to have 1 rocket control station for each rocket, but it does not seem to be necessary. I still would advise it though, because the rockets are quickly out of reach and your dupe calculating the path is definitely not quick enough for all of the rockets. Geysers now start with a unique name identifier, so you can tell them apart easier, and you can also rename them. This here is Pete. They also do now calculate an average output after you've analyzed them, even without a mod. The average output of this one is 114.6 grams per second. But the most game-changing buildings of the new ones is the GeoTuner building, which has to be in a laboratory as well and will need a dupe skilled in field research. The GeoTuner building can be connected to any geyser or volcano that has already been analyzed. For example, these 3 here, but not our Pete. So let's go to Pete and analyze him. There's our Pete. And as soon as it is analyzed, we can select them here in the drop-down menu. The required resources that you need to tune one of the geysers depends on what kind of geyser or volcano it is. For some it is phosphorus, for some it is bleach stone, for volcanoes it is mostly abyssalite. The saltwater geyser, for example, takes the bleach stone, as well as the cool steam vent. By the way, if you want to analyze your geyser, just double click one that you want to go to and the camera will pan to that target. Super useful. Talking about use, what can we use these buildings for? Every time you choose a geyser, volcano or vent, supply the needed material and research for a bit, you will get a plus 20% boost regarding the output material, and you will also get a heat increase, cooking your liquid in the process. This is before an average output of 2.9 kilogram at 30 degrees Celsius, and this is after the GeoTuning, 9.4 kilogram at 250 degrees Celsius, instantly creating dirt. Let's do that again, but this time we use a cool slush geyser. We do have Frosty here. Let's choose Frosty, copy the settings over to all of the other buildings, wait for the bleach stone delivery and a setting errand, and then wait for the dupes to do their research. Frosty's output at the moment is 3.8 kilogram. Checking again, 4.4 kilogram at 190 degrees Celsius, meaning we are creating dirt and steam instantly. Here on the right you can see that Frosty is being boosted by 12 of 12 GeoTuners. And if we do that to a gold volcano, for example, let's choose Pete here, then the gold that will be output can even reach obsidian melting temperatures. And if you change your GeoTuner's target, the old target will revert to its original state. And if you apply all of these to a leaky oil fissure, you will have instant petroleum. The GeoTuning does not last forever. As you can see here to the right, I blocked off the entrance and the experimentation needed dropped down to 0%. The actual time the tuning will last is exactly 600 seconds, so one cycle. One of the new and awesome features would be that you can change the skin of a few designated buildings. Take this bed for example, you go to the furniture tab, press on the comfy bed and then you can change out the skin for the bed. Normally you would be able to see them here. Even if you are in the game you can see what you have unlocked already. Just go to the supply closet and then here at the blueprints tab you should be able to see all the alternative skins that you have unlocked. Or in my case everything that is still locked. That is why I can't give you an update on that right now. What I can do though is tell you that they integrated names for canvases and statues. This here for example is called the Smooch and the statue here is called Mouth Breather. You can now select different artworks of the same quality for the canvas or the statues. You can also clear an artwork. I did try the repainting, but as soon as the dupes were finished, the game crashed for me. And let's see if the game crashes this time as well. Yep. Does not work at the moment, at least in cinematic view mode. Painting on canvases in general is a little bit off at the moment. They changed how telescopes and space scanners calculate the sky visibility. The buildings can now work under multiple layers of glass tiles, denser gas, like this 100 kg per tile hydrogen here, or even liquids. Or even liquids like this. We also did get a whole new interesting building. The conduction panel exchanged heat with overlapping buildings, making it easier to manage temperatures, apparently even in vacuum. But I doubt I have figured out how to use this correctly. At the moment I'm not sure where the difference is with using this with or without a liquid, maybe faster heat transfer. The conduction panel can be found under plumbing, scroll down, there it is, and you only need 100 refined metal to build the thing. It also works without the liquid in it. And to get rid of the red symbol, just place some pipe pieces. For the correct intended use, expand the pipe pieces either in a loop or feed it in on one side and drop it on the other side. Now that you will need a lot more drywall, let's talk about that. Drywall now only costs 100 material and there are even different colors, but I don't have any of those. As you can see as well, the materials are no longer ordered horizontally, but vertically. Drywall now also gives you plus 10 decor in a 1 tile range. If you use better material, you even get plus 11 decor. You can now finally replace drywall with tiles and the other way around. Drywall has been moved to the textile production tech tree. And as you could see, drywall will now be found under the base tab. Drywall right next to the carpeted tiles. Also a very amazing change for the dev/sandbox mode. You can just grab any tile and place it over other tiles. This is so handy. Pedestals and sweepy bots now finally list the artifacts in the first place. And after that, the regular items, not the other way around. To avoid any further confusion, they renamed the solid phosphorus, which can be confused with the phosphorite here, to refined phosphorus. If we are melting this phosphorite here, for example, and then freezing this phosphorus, it would become refined phosphorus, as you can see here in the top right. If I would be able to use the new features, they could be found here in the supply closet in the main menu. There you can check all the amazing skins that you got for some of the buildings or for your dupes. You would be able to, for example, change the outfit of your favorite dupes. They added a camera pan speed slider to the options menu under game. Camera pan speed. Let's increase this. 200%. Done. Done. Resume. Oh yeah. This is fast. They changed the building material selection to a vertical view. Added a list of recipes to the Spice Grinder Buildings database entry. Added icons on the specific database pages for room types when clicking on the category. Sadly, the scroll bar always starts in the middle. Or down there. For some reason, here's a medical, industrial, parks. Oh nice. Recreation, science, sleep, and so on. If you want to know how to get the testing branch, right click on your Oxygen Not Included game, go to settings, press it, go to betas, then select from the drop down menu the public testing, wait for it to download, then start the game. And now I would be happy if you would leave a like for the algorithm. Love you guys and Luma out.